Chicago White Sox have a young player named Tim Anderson. I believe he's a shortstop, feisty player, another good player, but he's known to, he's got a little Draymond Green in him. Jose Ramirez gets an extra base hit, slides head first. You know, Tim Anderson, listen, there's nothing wrong with a hard tag. Jose Ramirez didn't like it. They get up, and again, what makes this a knockout of the year is one, it was a legitimate knockout.
Yeah.
And two, when it's a baseball fight, it just carries a little more weight. This was, to me, the greatest knockout in Major League Baseball history.
Baseball history?
Baseball history. Hey, what's up, everybody? Talk and Trash Podcast. Happy New Year's Eve.
Let's go.
2024, a few hours away, man. Talk and Trash Podcast, episode 8.
Oh, Ovi. Alexander Ovechkin. Ovi. Can't go.
That's got to be the number 8.
Yeah.
Alex Ovechkin. Happy New Year's Eve, man.
Yeah, you too.
I mean,
We're
2024. Here. You know, on the way here, I'm very superstitious. We're going into an even number year, so I'm always like, I go back. 2022, 2020 wasn't a good year. Even number years for me has always been so-so, so I'm hoping to break the curse in 2024, man. Oh, man. Hey, guys, so happy you guys are back with us. Episode 8, and listen, big shout-out again. Another sponsorship from our boys, Ken, over at Club 93. And Ken reminded me, you skated with these guys at Club 93 before, right?
Yeah, they got some ice, and me and the boys went out for a skate. They gave me a Club 93 jersey with my number on it.
Those jerseys are sick.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah,
we'll throw them up again. You know, big support. They're a nonprofit, and they're pushing people to play till they're 93 years old.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. Like I said, I don't think my game of hockey will allow that, but
we may have to start a tournament. Can we find? Pushing 93 years old, I would love to. I don't know about
93, but we could probably do like a plus 50.
Yeah, we gotta. Who's the oldest guy out there still playing beer league or adult rec league? I mean, we gotta
find him.
We gotta talk to Ken about setting that up.
We gotta find him. Who's the oldest active hockey player on the planet? We want to
still playing, like still putting in, TOI time on the ice, like 10 minutes plus.
I wonder who the oldest pro player is. Is it Yager?
Oh, man.
Yager played this year, didn't he?
Technically, Donald Brashear is still playing up in Quebec.
Playing,
and
dude.
He's fighting.
Yeah, he fought Parker.
He fight Parks, and that's crazy, man.
Crazy.
And I know we got another sponsor for this episode. We're really excited about bringing in.
Fant.ca. So for all the Canadian viewers, check out Fant.ca, one of the leading brands for cannabis extractions and stuff like cannabis products. So thank you to Fant.ca for sponsoring the episode.
They're big time.
And they got really nice swag.
They do.
Too. Really nice, really good quality clothes.
And before the sponsorship, you were wearing them for a long time because I would see you come to champs with that on, and I'd be like, "Who is that fan?"
Yeah,
I like it, man. And
they actually put my boy from back home, Mercules. He's like one of the biggest rappers. Yeah. They actually supported him and sponsored him through him when he was growing.
Yeah,
and look at how he's doing now. So I'm hoping we can get the same results.
Well, they got a good eye for talent, so hopefully we're next in line there. But big shout out to Fant. Make sure you support those guys.
Fant.ca.
Thank you, guys. And listen, last week, Christmas Eve episode, we got a lot of feedback, as always, every week, more and more, and people are loving the horn that Jeff Kozo got us. So big shout out, Jeff Kozo, again, for our first Christmas gift. And people were asking me, AJ, did you eat a cannoli at Christmas time?
Dude.
No, I didn't.
I didn't bother asking you because I already know the answer.
It's so strange to me, and again, again, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Remember, on YouTube, you'll get all the visuals. You'll get to, see Mr. Diamond's hands, beautiful face, and all the things we put up there. And last week, we talked about the cannoli eating contest at the Danbury San Gennaro last year, and how it basically ruined my favorite pastry. And I thought at the time, Christmas time, I'd break the streak, but I didn't eat a cannoli. I know you didn't either.
I'm not at all interested in a cannoli, honestly. Well, nothing against the cannoli and the makers of the cannoli. It's just...
it's a shame. It's actually a disgrace to my heritage. I haven't had one, but I think it'll break eventually.
I feel like you got your year's worth of cannoli, though, in that one session. So.
Yeah, and a lot of people hitting us up about Ernie. We talked about our boy Ernie, who just absolutely obliterated the competition at the meatball eating contest at Danbury San Gennaro. So we're going to have to work our way to get Ernie in here. He's definitely,
We got to
people
get
been
him to
asking
do
about
some
him.
sort of eating challenge or something.
Absolutely. And, one of the biggest things people were talking, we got a lot of feedback from the NIA.
NIA.
The Toronto slang.
I heard it's a silent M.
EIA. I don't know. I heard that too. Some people were saying no N, some people were. So, the controversy continues. NIA, but that is going to become a permanent part of my vocabulary.
Maybe we just say it now. That might be something
that's
going to
be. No, I'm telling you right now. I'm going to say NIA. NIA. I like it.
NIA.
Shout out to our boys in Toronto.
Yeah. Scarborough. From
I heard. Yeah. So NIA. That's going to be part of a fixture of my vocabulary. And so as we move on, and we have some breaking, exciting news. Daniel Amesbury, you're hopping on a plane tomorrow.
Yeah, I am.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Vail, Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you doing out there?
So I'm going to play a couple games for a senior team out there called the Vail Yeti.
Sick name.
Really excited. Yeah. One of my friends played for that team for a long time, and they were always trying to get me to come out for the last 10 years. And obviously life happens and I never made it down, but I got an 18-game suspension. So it's a pretty good opportunity. So I'm going to play a couple games out there for Friday and Saturday against Breck. And I'm really excited. Scott Parker's coming. So we're going to do some stuff for Parker's platoon. We're raising money. There's a charity that we're raising money for local hockey programs.
Yeah.
To help kids that want to play travel and they want to go on trips and stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. And so that's
I'm really excited because again, it's funny because you were telling me about this league and you were telling me about Vail. And I didn't know much about it, and it's weird when you got the opportunity. Recently when you were telling me about it, I went on their Instagram. Dude, those games are lit. Those games look like they rival legit minor league hockey games.
Yeah, they probably get more fans than some of the teams in our league, honestly. But I think they get they're pretty solidly selling out every game, and they get it's a smaller barn, but they're getting 1,200 people every game. It's really loud. The whole it's a community team, so everybody shows up. That's the thing to do in Vail.
That's amazing. Yeah, the highlights I was seeing, the videography, the whole 9 yards, it looks amazing. I wish I could go. It's my mother's birthday weekend, so I'm picking my poison there. I'm not looking to fight my mom over this.
Well, it probably, I'm only assuming it probably won't be the last time. Next time when I get a 40-game suspension, maybe I'll play the whole season.
Listen, it's good to know that there's still some Trasher-esque leagues out there, and that looks awesome. So again, and let me backtrack slightly because I know my wife Kim, she's a stickler for things because this is airing on New Year's Eve. Yeah. Okay, we are a few days out taping right now. We are going to work in 2024 doing some live shows, this and that, but we are taping this. It's coming out in a few days. So I started off by saying Happy New Year's Eve because this is coming out New Year's.
Right.
But my wife's going to say, well, why'd you say Happy New Year's Eve? But,
But then you're promoting.
Yeah. So, guys, we're going to have a full review. The guys at the Yeti, Ames is going to be followed like federal agents are on them.
Yeah,
okay?
We're going to have a whole camera crew. We're going to do lots of content.
I can't wait to get some mic'd up stuff I heard. So it is going to be amazing. Daniel Ames, Mr. Diamond Hands, going to take over Vail, Colorado, and big shout out Parker's platoon, Vail. The whole. This is what it's all about. It's about the kids and doing good things. So I'm super excited to hear how that goes this weekend and being able to see all the content and. Listen,
should be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
And you keep yourself going because eventually your suspension is going to end. So you keep the wheels turning, you stay in shape, and it'll be a good opportunity. So
that was a big thing for me. Is I want to be able to play some games
live
here
action,
and,
action. So without further ado, I think. Since this is a New Year's Eve episode, we're going to do the first annual Trashy Awards.
Trashy Awards, I like it.
The Talking Trash Podcast Trashies, the best of 2023. And we put a lot out there the past week. Fans were sending us a lot of different categories. And the unfortunate thing is, it's just never enough time to hit everybody's wish list and everybody's clips. So we kind of broke down a lot of different things. So we got some awards, and I think next year we'll probably do it even bigger. But without further ado, starting out the Trashies, the best of 2023, I think it's only right we start with the Fighters of the Year.
Fighters of the Year.
And I have my picks, and again, I know we agree on some. You have some that you like. I have some that I like, but some of the things, unless you interrupt, these are kind of consensus picks, okay? And, Fighters of the Year, we're talking hockey, right? The few that are left out there, the few bad boys left. Fighters of the Year, the NHL. I am all in on Arbor Jackai. Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I am all in on this kid. This kid, I don't know if it's because he's a defenseman like I used to play, and you're a defenseman. Just that old school tough D-man, and he can play, and that's why I like him. In today's NHL and today's hockey world, you have to be able to play. The guy could play. I think he took on Ryan Reeves the first game of the year, or one of the first games of the year.
Kind of big dogged him too.
This guy is a monster, and I don't know what it is. I think people, because when you watch hockey on TV, it's an aerial view, and guys are in pads and stuff, and unless you're looking at a legitimate monster, a lot of guys, you can't really tell how big these guys are until they're in street clothes or this and that. Listen, this Arbor Jackai is a monster, okay? That is a big boy. And I'm telling you, I know some people come at me. I haven't seen him really lose a fight this year. I mean, and we're dating back to the end of last season because 2023. I mean, he's just a menace, not a guy you wanna mess with. I mean, I know you like him too.
Fun player to watch.
And definitely Fighter of the Year NHL got to be Arbor Jackai. I love this guy. His brother, I think, is a junior hockey player.
Really?
I think.
Okay. Yeah,
he's on the come up too.
Yeah.
I mean, best brother 1-2 punch in hockey got to be the Jackai, the Jackai brothers, and I love them. I mean, just a guy that you just old school can play. Absolutely love Arbor Jackai. So you get the first ever Trashy Award.
There you go.
AHL. It's a tough one. I mean, there are still some tough guys out there, but Travis Howe. You know Travis Howe?
He's on the come up. Yeah, did he
Is
play
that Gordie Howe's grandson?
Definitely not. No, is it?
I'm telling you, I did a review on Instagram. It was Travis Howe and Alex Galante, I think. And someone was like, yeah, that's Gordie Howe's. Unless I'm being trolled. I'm telling you, I think. Have you heard that before?
No. I know another Howe that I thought was related to him, and they're not related.
Is Travis Howe related to Gordie Howe? I'm under the assumption he is. Doesn't mean that's why he's on the list. The guy is another monster. And just a guy, I mean, he's just dummying guys down there in the American League. Absolutely love Travis Howe. We're going to have to get verification whether or not he's related to the great Gordie Howe.
I doubt it.
I'm going to say he is.
All right,
I'm going to say he is. I mean,
if he is, he's missing some of those slivers of DNA, but he's tough. He got that.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
You know what I notice about you? And I like this about you. Because I'm the same way as you. How do I say this? You are very protective over the baddest man in hockey name.
You think so?
I think so. And it's good.
Yeah.
Because that's why you are the baddest man in hockey.
I don't know what.
Whenever I talk to Ames about another tough guy, it doesn't matter who it is. He never badmouths anybody, for the record. That's a fact. But that competitive edge, yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's missing a sliver.
It's kind of hard because it's
But that's why I love you, because I'm the same way. And listen, it's the same thing with me with certain things. When people are comparing, contrasting, or talking about another guy, if I'm in that same realm of business, it's like, yo, I'm
boxing promoter of the year.
Yeah,
you feel the same way.
Well, I agree. That's that's why I love you, because I see the little gleam in your eye.
Because I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, just put me at center ice with this guy and we'll see.
Which brings us to the third fighter of the year. You could listen. I get a lot of stuff. I almost said the S word, but I'm not losing money today. I get a lot of stuff from people in the comments that all I do is pump you up, and all I do is this and that. But my third fighter of the year, Mr. Diamond Hands, Daniel Amesbury.
Yeah, can we do a round of applause button? We need the board. We need the soundboard.
Liz, we need a soundboard. We're working on it. Some more sponsors, and we're going to have it for sure. Diamond Hand Daniel Amesbury is a fighter of the year. It goes without saying. I don't have to get into specifics. I always say smartest fighter I've seen on the ice in a very long time. So, plus I don't want you to come at me. So
there we go. Major League Hockey fights. I think we got our first fight set up there. Me versus Travis Howe.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. That's another thing we'll have to say. So those are our three fighters of the year in hockey, which brings us to fight of the year. Now, I get a lot, as you know, I do a lot of reviews, fight reviews on Instagram and this and that on the Trasher website. Listen, I saw a fight when the American Hockey League just opened the season. Alex Galante versus Jeff Vial.
Do you know Alex Galante was on my line in Columbus, my first year pro?
You're kidding me.
Yeah, he's my line.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
That's a big boy, too.
And we had one more fighter, too.
And listen, I'm going to put a link somehow to review this fight, and we're going to post this. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, okay, you're going to see the fight.
Who is it, Galante and who?
And Jeff Vial. I take that back. Yes, it is Jeff Vial, okay? Yeah. And Alex Galante he threw 26 punches, landed 16. Both these guys land over 60% of their punches. Again, I'm not going to bore the fans with this on this. I'm going to put a link to the Instagram review. The fight was absolutely, just absolutely insane watching this fight.
The thing that's awesome, both the Glant brothers all fight the same way. They just have no
Brett,
defense.
Isn't it
Brett Galante. They just go toe to toe. So I could only imagine some of the scraps that these kids had with each other growing up. These brothers. I think they're Newfies too, aren't they? They're both from Newfoundland.
I believe so.
Yeah, man, they're crazy out there.
Now, if I remember correctly, the original King of the Rink hockey fight tournament, Brett Galante, I was in talks with. Never happened.
Really? Okay, yeah. That would have been rad.
Listen, Alex Galante, all I know is the guy's a human highlight reel. Every time I see a fight of his, like you said, it's just
that's just how he fights.
Go.
His brother's the same way. They fight like that.
And it's just amazing to watch. So Alex Galante, Jeff Vial for me, 2023 fight of the year. I'm
in complete agreement with that one.
And again, if you're watching on if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go to our YouTube, like and subscribe. You're gonna see the footage of these fights. I know obviously if you're just listening, it's hard to imagine, but this fight was insane. Absolutely loved it. Okay, I want to push it over to you next for Beatdown of the Year. You showed me a clip the other day, and first it was funny because this kid only got a 4-game suspension as opposed to 18.
I heard he got a 4-game suspension. Yeah,
but if you want to describe what, and we're gonna post this again.
Aiden Doyle in the Goj AHL, I believe it was. He full mounted some kid the other day, literally full mounted him. And I'm innocent till proven guilty in this where we are right now. It's not. We know that that's not the case anywhere else. But I'm curious to know, what did that kid do to deserve, because let's be real here. I don't think many people in the game of hockey are just going to go up to a random person for no reason and full mount them unless there was something beyond, And in this day and age in hockey, there's a lot of dirty stuff going on, and then somebody just doesn't answer the bell and they feel like they don't have to fight. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume that the guy that Aiden beat the wheels off of did something, and then assumed he didn't have to answer the bell. So I don't know that, though. I want to hear from these guys.
You make a great point, and I'm glad you just said that, because aside from what we're talking about here, stories in general, every day there's breaking news. Someone did this, somebody did that, something happened. I never want to be the first to report on something.
Yeah.
Because I want things to come out. How many times have you seen these morons go out there and say, so-and-so did this, so-and-so? You don't have the full story. So you and I discussed on the way here, starting a segment in 2024, okay? Basically, anyone that gets suspended that we could obviously, get a hold of, we want to hear your side of the story. Because obviously the video clips that get posted on social media, they're only showing the freak out. They're not showing what led up to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like you said, 99% of the time, this is something that's been carried over from another game or throughout the game. And I feel like these bad boys and bad girls deserve their side of the story. Because,
I agree.
You're getting, why is this happening? So we're going to start, and what was this kid's name again?
Aiden Doyle.
Aiden Doyle. I'd love to figure out how we could get a hold of this young man.
I'm sure he'll get a hold of us.
Aiden Doyle, we want your side. There's no way he just decided to go full UFC on
if he did, he's a complete savage. I still want to talk to him.
I agree. I agree. We need more Aidens in the world. So that's Mr. Diamond Hands Beatdown of the Year.
Yeah.
Again,
what do you got? You got a good one though too, no?
Mr. Diamond Hands. Again, we're bringing Daniel Amesbury back. And I'm sorry. Listen, folks, this is our show. I can say whatever the hell I want. But we're going to post this beatdown of that kid in Watertown earlier this year.
In front of the bench.
In front of the bench. You laid a guy out. I don't know who the guy was. You just absolutely Scott Stevens this kid. And then this young kid who I give a lot of respect for.
I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but mega respect.
He challenges you to a fight. Yeah. And I think I did a review on it. The stats were, I don't know how many punches you threw, but he threw nothing.
Yeah.
Not one punch.
Yeah.
That's a beatdown. Give a lot of respect to the kid. He's a young kid, his first year pro, taking on one of the baddest men in hockey. I say the baddest man in hockey.
Yeah, I mean,
and but the category is beatdown of the year, and that was a beatdown.
Guess what? That kid still has a job. He's still in Watertown, so.
And he's got the respect. And he's got the respect of the whole league.
You're not gonna cut that guy.
No,
like I don't give a shit. You're not cutting that guy.
But again, as much as we respect that kid, it was a beatdown, and I have a soft spot for that beatdown because I was there live and I just couldn't believe what I was watching. It was epic. Again, we'll post the clip of it. Absolute savage beatdown from Mr. Diamond Hands himself, which brings us. And maybe you're in agreement with it. We're gonna go a little off the knockout of the year.
Knockout of the year.
Now, people are assuming I'm going to talk about hockey. I'm going to Major League Baseball.
Yes.
Did you see earlier this year? And first of all, shout out to my boy Manny who told me, he reminded me about this last night. Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians. I wanted to say Indians. Cleveland Guardians.
That's bullshit, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's we'll
another
get to
topic.
It.
You know what? I might need 2 minutes.
Box.
Yeah, 2 in the box, actually.
So Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez, sliding into second base.
Yeah.
Chicago White Sox have a young player named Tim Anderson. I believe he's a shortstop. Could be second base. I think he's a shortstop. Feisty player. Another good player, but he's known to, he's got a little Draymond Green in him.
Yeah.
And it was a hard tag. And we'll throw this clip up. And Jose Ramirez gets an extra base hit, slides head first. Tim Anderson, listen, there's nothing wrong with a hard tag. Jose Ramirez didn't like it. They get up. And again, what makes this a knockout of the year is one, it was a legitimate knockout.
Yeah.
And two, when it's a baseball fight, it just carries a little more weight. Because, we could go on social media right now and find 20 different hockey knockouts.
Yeah.
But
there's not a ton of real good baseball punches.
This was, to me, the greatest knockout in Major League Baseball history.
Baseball history?
Baseball history.
Wow.
If you watch the clip, okay, what I love about it is Tim Anderson and Jose Ramirez are Tim Anderson's playing, he's they're on defense. So he's got his glove. He tossed his glove like a hockey fight.
Yeah, he's ready.
And they both squared up. It was a straight, fair one.
Nice.
And, guys were getting in the way, but Jose Ramirez, I believe, he missed his first shot and he swings.
The right hand
this hook
buckles
Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson, crisscross applesauce goes right on his ass.
Yeah.
Okay? And I remember when it happened, the internet exploded because, again, you don't see that in baseball.
Yeah.
And Tim Anderson, again, a guy, some people love him, some people hate him. He's a guy you want on your team, but he got rocked. And when he got up, he did one of those things, look, we've all gotten knocked down. We've all been on the losing end of fights or things, we've talked about it. He got up and it was one of those, I'm okay. And he was stumbling.
Bundled,
His teammates were bear hugging him to get him to the dugout. And he was like, no, I'm good. But he got buckled. So my knockout of the year has got to be Jose Ramirez, Cleveland Guardians, just absolutely knocking out Tim Anderson of the White Sox.
I'm on board.
Again, it's different because it was baseball. It was just like one of those, oh my God, that was you don't see that a lot.
Catches you off guard, but it was a good shot though. And what I'm curious about is Ramirez, obviously a tough guy, he throwing punches. Does he wear sliding gloves?
I got to look at the clip. I don't know.
I don't know, but I would imagine he probably doesn't.
Listen, he
says a lot about sliding gloves, though.
Yeah, he absolutely clipped Tim Anderson, and when it happened, it was like wow. And again, you talk about carryover. There's no way. Tim Anderson's known to have those type of
so is he getting a hard fastball next time they play? Or have they played
this year will be. No, I don't know, but I will say they're in the same division, I believe, and I think they're in the AL Central, but. You might see that next year. You might see a little carryover. That's what's kind of fun about baseball at times. You know what I mean? So
high and hard.
Absolutely. So electric moment of the year. Someone said, AJ Ames, do an electric moment of the year. I think this is an easy one for you. Who do you have for
moments?
That moment for
it was
you?
A no-brainer for me because it was when we won the championship. It was game 5, which is, we play 5-game series, so it could have gone either way. In overtime, Michael Marchison, great pass by X, and
it was overtime,
Xavier
right?
Abdullah. Yeah, it was overtime.
Double overtime? Was it?
It was overtime. First overtime, I believe.
So that was on Easter Day. I remember that was on Easter Day. It was a Sunday because I was at my mother-in-law's house and it was one of those, God, I want to break away and get to the game. But I was watching on YouTube and I was watching you guys. It was back and forth. It was like the third ended and I was like, I really want to go to the game. But you guys had come back that game, I feel like you guys, I just remember I'm like, listen, I haven't been at the game. I'm very superstitious. I'm like, if I show up and they lose, I won't be able to live with myself. So I stayed home and we watched it, me, my brother-in-law, JP, and we watched. And when you guys won that was
crazy moment. So that's electric moment of the year for me.
And even just watching on the phone on YouTube, that was one of the loudest I ever heard the Danbury Arena. And, you know, that you just talk about the best fans. I mean, on Easter Day, that's not an easy game to play on Easter Day. You know what I mean? So that was truly electric. I'm going to go, okay, shout out to our people over at Spit and Chicklets. They throw the Battle of the Badges every year in New York. You know, the FDNY versus NYPD. Firefighters, cops. It's one of those novelty games that you see all the time. There's a lot of pride that goes on in New York City. Same thing with, you know, Golden Gloves. They used to do fire department versus NYPD. And this past year they played the game at the UBS Arena, which is where the Islanders play on Long Island.
Before, it was like before or after the NHL game? Before, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
but I just know Chicklets threw this. I think it was the 49th annual one. And dude, was there 17,000 in the stadium? I mean, it holds 17,000. It was before the game, and, you know, it was a great game. First of all, you really underestimate how good some of these cops and firefighters play hockey. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's like back home, but like some of these fire departments recruit specifically based on your hockey skills or your lacrosse skills.
Well, listen, we got an proud FDNY member, John Peretta, friend of the show, friend of the track. I mean, he's always been a supporter since the doc came out. And
good guy.
He got into a fight with a cop named Jimmy Hall. Yeah. I'm not going to knock Jimmy Hall because he's a cop, and if we go to Manhattan, you know, things happen.
We don't want to get... You know?
John Peretta, okay, we're towards the end of the game. This game, the firefighters are winning. I think it was like 5-2. They were winning. Have a fight. John Peretta puts on a beatdown. Okay,
did he knock him out too?
I don't know if it was a knockout, but he got the better of Officer Hall. No shade to Officer Hall. I'm sure he's a great cop. But all I know is that if you watch this clip, and again, the electric atmosphere, listen to the crowd. It was like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was so loud. I mean, you got every cop and firefighter in New York City and beyond there.
He's still feeling that. That cop is still feeling that.
He's still Peretta. Head down. John Peretta, I mean, and you know what? Again, you get chills for certain clips. This kid, then he got up. He's flashing his jersey. He's flexing. He's cutting a promo, and the fans are going. His bench is going insane. That was an electric moment when it happened. And I was watching the clip earlier because you second guess yourself. Was this? I was like, nah. He's getting a trashy.
Definitely.
And that was an electric.
We gotta get Peretta on the pod.
You
know that that team, his fire department team, played against Vail in Vail.
Really?
Yeah. So they played a game. They play a game. I don't know if they do it every year, but I think they did this year.
Listen, these guys can play, and obviously they can fight. I mean, listen, scouting for Major League Hockey fights, you never know.
Dude, Peretta would be great.
John Peretta, you win the trashy.
Maybe a rematch for Major League
Hey, listen, it would be.
Maybe he wants another round.
That's how you sell it. Yeah, so, man, that was definitely an electric moment. Let's go. A little unconventional category. Beer League Team of the Year. I'm going to give a shout out. And listen, these guys always show us support. There's a team in Buffalo, New York called Daddy-O's. Daddy-O's Pizzeria, I guess, is a big pizzeria out there. They sponsored this big-time beer league team up in Buffalo. Daddy-O's, they're called. They got like the old school Buffalo Sabres jerseys, those black and red and stuff. Love those guys.
I think I've seen them online. Do they have like a social media presence a
little
bit?
Big presence. They got like almost 40,000 followers. Cool. Okay? A lot of paisans on that team, too. Shout out to Buffalo. Love Buffalo. And hope to see them soon. So you get the trashy beer league team of the year.
I got to go shout out to my beer league team back home, Prestige Worldwide. I'd be rude if I didn't. Representing the black and green. But also we got, back home, a bunch of the guys that I work with and some of my friends back home, they have the Terminators.
Oh, they got, yes, they follow, I follow them too.
Hilarious, yeah. Like they're like Div 5 or Div, like it's bad hockey, but they
Are they orange? Are they orange?
They do orange, yeah.
Shout out to the Terminators.
Reels, yeah.
Love the Terminators.
A bunch of my tugboat buddies play on that team, and they have a lot of fun too. So shout out to those guys.
I absolutely love the Terminators. I do follow them. They follow us. Yeah. They're great people out there. So I didn't know there was a connection there. That's funny. Yeah. I know. I notice it. I see their clips all the time. It's funny. Yeah. Shout out Terminators. Shout out Daddy-O's. Hey, listen, beer league is what, keeps a lot of this culture alive. You know what I mean? This hockey culture.
Keeps us in the game.
I'm going to throw this category over to you because I know you did a lot of research with it. And we're going to call it plural. Plays of the year. Okay? You did a lot of research with this, and 2 of these plays happened, last week?
Last weekend, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, and honestly, I could say, like, I didn't really, these kind of came to me. These are just plays that I seen happen recently. I mean, everybody probably seen it the other day where we seen Zegras and Bedard on the same night doing the Michigan. That was crazy to see it in the same day. And I don't know if it was the same game. I'm pretty sure it was the same game. Zegras gets interviewed in warm-ups, during warm-ups. And the woman doing the interview says, well, it's my turn to ask for a Christmas gift. While we want to see a Michigan or a lacrosse goal or something like that. And he does it in the game, full speed. Like he does it full speed, makes it look like nothing. It's like, did he just do that? Like he can just do that when he wants to do it?
Describe to people who might be just listening what a Michigan is.
A Michigan. So basically a Michigan is where you like pick the puck up on your blade of your stick and you kind of lift it up and, kind of like, you can kind of do like a wraparound with the puck in the air. So it's obviously hard for goalies because they've never really seen it. It's like a newer thing, but these kids are getting good at it. Like Bedard picks up a rim off the wall and then he doesn't even like, normally when you do it, like if I was trying to do that and try and pick the puck up like that, I got to like pull the puck towards me and then scoop it up. These guys just scoop it up on the move. Like it's easy.
Is it? And I know why they call it the Michigan. The first time it happened was a kid on Michigan in college. But is it they call it lacrosse?
I don't know. That's the thing.
I don't know.
Some guys are saying lacrosse goal.
I've never heard about lacrosse goal until you showed me that.
Some people are saying lacrosse goal. Some people are saying Michigan. I think it's Michigan. It should be what we started with. Yeah. You don't rename a skateboard trick. You don't rename something. It's been the Michigan. It is the Michigan. And that's coming from a guy who plays box lacrosse. You would think I would support lacrosse goal, but I think it's a Michigan. That's what we've called it since the get-go.
Well, we talked about just how skilled these guys are. It's really getting insane. Yeah. And it just goes to show you, like, the skill level in hockey is just so crazy. It makes you wonder why it's not like a top 2, top 3 sport.
Probably because they're getting rid of the fighting. Maybe.
Could you imagine? Listen, business 101, right? You want to have something different than other businesses. Yeah. You got athletes doing things no one else can do. Could you imagine if they embraced those bad boys?
Oh my God. I got my tummy tickles right now just hearing you talk.
Those 2 segments of the game alone could bring hockey to another level.
So like my thought, like as you're saying this, is like, okay, early 2000s tough guys with like the players you got now.
Could you imagine?
Dude, I don't know. The thing is though, would you be able to have both? Like would these kids be doing a Michigan with
that's what makes
Scott Parker skating around? Because I don't know. I don't think Parks is gonna let that go down, Like,
but would he be on the ice at the same time of these guys?
No, but maybe.
But no, listen.
Maybe all Parks has to do is say, if you score Michigan, I'll tear your head off, and they might not.
Listen, I'm all for bringing back that side of hockey, but it's just interesting to say if you could have had both segments at once, how insane hockey could be.
Well, that's the thing. If you could have this sort of skilled game and then still have like the high level fights that you had in the early 2000s where you got like legit heavies, dude, there was no way that any other sport would be competing with hockey.
Nothing.
At all.
Especially in America, because you're hitting on a lot of, and listen, these
kind of leads into like the XHL potentially being a thing one day.
Well, yeah. You get me going with that. But listen, we talk about these, and these kids are growing up, right? Like we talked about, like when we grew up watching hockey, right?
Yeah.
I just automatically was attracted to toughness. I was watching tough guys, Scott Parker.
That's what grew the game. Like people didn't start watching hockey to watch people score goals.
But now these hockey influencers, right?
Yeah.
These are what these kids are coming up with. These Swaggy P's, these Zach Bells, this the kid Nash, whatever his name is. These influencers are huge, and social media, these kids are watching it, and they're just practicing these crazy. You seen Zach Bell, the always hockey kid?
Oh, it's nuts, yeah. It's crazy.
when I first discovered him, I mean, he's way bigger, when I first discovered him, I'm like, this has got to be fake. I didn't believe, like some of the moves he was doing, but these are what these kids are growing up with. And now it goes back to the other play of the year you showed me, this kid from Minnesota Duluth.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Do we have
Ben
his name somewhere?
Steves, right?
Ben Steves, that's right. Yeah, Minnesota Duluth. Comes in and I just seen this the other day too, same thing. He comes in in a shootout, literally one hand roofs it with one hand on his stick. I don't know.
It's like fake. It's almost like when you show me these clips, because I'm a firm believer in that 95% of stuff you hear or see on social media is fake, which is true.
Yeah.
But you show me these clips, and I'm like, this can't be real. And it is real. This kid, Ben Steves, a 21-year-old, and a few years ago, he was a high school kid, right? And he's watching these influencers. Now these kids now can say, you know what? I'm going on a shootout. I'm going one-handed, top shelf.
That's crazy. So I kind of compare, like this comparison is something that I always thought of when I was young. Like we used to play, you ever play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
Yeah, of course.
So like when we played that back in the day, we were like, oh, this stuff, like it was the best game ever, but it was like the tricks were like, there's no way somebody could do these tricks. You're doing like a 360 flip, crook grind, 360 shove out, like it's the most crazy things. Now you watch skateboarding and they're actually doing that.
It's like what? Fantasy has become reality.
Yeah, it's like the power of manifestation. People see it and then they're like, oh, that's possible. And then now they're making it happen.
It's funny. After the Trasher documentary, I kind of got back in the game. And so many, I'm an old-fashioned type of guy. I like the fighting and this. So many old school fans would say to me, isn't it a disgrace, all these hockey influence, all this? Yeah. And I say, no, I think it's good because you know what? You got to adjust with the times. This is what keeps the sport going. If I had to choose one or the other, I'd want the toughness all day. But listen, these guys are just so skilled. It's
crazy.
It's insane. So when you showed me these clips, I swear I thought it was fake. Yeah. Especially that kid Ben Steves. When I saw that kid one-handed,
roofs it.
And think about a shootout. That's a pressure to have the mental capacity to say, the balls to say, meh.
I'm just gonna come in with one hand.
This is a crucial part of the game. I'm going one-handed.
Yeah. It's like if you don't score that, you kind of look like an idiot. Because people are like, "What? Why wouldn't you just shoot the puck with two hands?"
You missed that goal in the old days. We're beating our teammate up.
Oh yeah,
like if my teammate in the old days does that, you're getting beat up.
Imagine being a soccer player in Europe and doing something like that. You probably get smoked.
You have to leave. You have to move. But
wasn't there like a soccer goalie that missed on a missed a save and then got home?
That's a whole nother. I mean, that's just a
crazy.
But man,
either way,
the game of hockey is just getting better and better, and I'm here for it. I just wish you could have a little balance. But hey, what are you gonna do?
If there was the, like I said, early 2000s toughness
hockey would probably be number 2 or 3 sport in America. I mean, insane.
Probably right behind the NFL.
Listen,
tough to overtake the NFL.
Nah, you're not going to beat the NFL, but, I mean, I tell you what, the way the NFL's going with penalties every other play and this and that.
You can't hit people in the NFL either.
I'm telling you.
You know what's crazy? Like, everybody always talks about, like, why are they getting rid of fighting? Why are they doing that? Like, they say they're trying to protect the players, but, like, we all know the hits are giving guys concussions, too. Like, probably more so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't buy that whole protection
stuff. Have you
stuff.
seen Ice Guardians? The documentary.
I have seen that. Yeah,
I watched it the other day again, which is like such an awesome documentary. Scott Parker's in it. George Peros, a bunch of tough guys.
Yes.
It's super awesome. Cote's in it. But there's a doctor in that, and he talks about, head injuries and stuff like that. And he said a majority of the concussions from hockey are from the hits.
Yeah.
So
it's
be interesting to talk to that guy and get his 2 cents on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Moving on, the next trashy. Bozo of the year.
Bozo of the year, okay.
It's easy for me.
Yeah.
Greg Popovich. I can't stand him. We talked, I did 2 minutes, well, it ended up being more than 2 minutes in a box. I did like a 5-minute major about Greg Popovich. Maybe I shouldn't say Greg Popovich. I'll use Greg Popovich as the symbol of what's going on today with people telling fans how to act. And we've talked about this a million times. I'm not going to go off on it, but you cannot tell, like booing is okay. Booing is okay. If you don't like your other team, it's okay to boo people.
They pay the bills, so
Bozo of the year, I'm going Greg Popovich / this new trend of telling people don't boo, don't disagree with players, and so that's my Bozo of the year.
I like it.
You had a Bozo of the Year that kind of carries over from your original Trashie.
We were watching the other day when we were watching that clip of that guy full mounting that kid, which obviously, you know, it's not a part of the code. You know, you're not supposed to jump on a guy and mount him. But assuming there's a backstory and there's a reason that happened, whatever. But the announcer in that clip, in that Doyle clip where the guy's full mountain, he goes, "This guy should be kicked out of the league, blah, blah, blah." It's like, okay, bud. Okay, bud. Bozo of the Year right there.
Yeah,
guy's probably never played a hockey game in his life.
Definitely a bozo.
Yeah.
You know, justice for Aiden. That's his name, Aiden, right?
Yeah.
Justice for Aiden.
Should have been a one game.
Oh, man. Well, listen, it's funny because, you know, listen, should have been a one game. But
the
considering you got 18 games for what you did.
If it was in my league and I did that, it would be a 50 gamer.
Easily.
I don't know, maybe a lifetime ban.
Lifetime.
Probably
I would say lifetime ban at this point. But,
but four games in a junior hockey league, though.
That's big for that,
with
you know?
No fighting.
Justice for Aiden. We got to get a hold of him, get his side of the story. Because I agree. It sucks when they only show one part of it. But
I think there has to be more to it. Kid has to, that kid had to have two-handed someone. I don't know.
Well, listen, let's move over to boxing. As you know, I've been in boxing now for a while. You're in boxing. Boxing moment of the year. For me, it's very easy. This is a very Homer-ish type of answer from me. We're going to the home team. We got a guy, the Sicilian Nightmare, Giuseppe Cusimano, heavyweight, one of the top heavyweights in the world, okay? Trains at a Champs Boxing Club right here in Scrap City. He's with our team. You know him, obviously. Coach Dave, Coach Benny, Farmer Strength G, the whole squad here in Scrap City. This man, Giuseppe, comes from Virginia every fight and trains here for 6 weeks. And he's with our camp, and what a monster he is. I know you know him. And this past summer, we had a big fight. And I say we because it's a team. We had a big fight in Madison Square Garden against Adam Kaunaki in the summer. You and I drove together. We went to the Garden. And, you know, Adam Kaunaki is a legendary New York City boxer. He's of Polish descent. So he has the Polish fans on lock.
Massive following.
If you don't watch boxing, let me explain something to you. Polish fans are intense and they support their guys. Yeah. And they are like, I'm telling you, it's boxing is weird, man. It's a very racially motivated sport. And by racially motivated, I mean, it's very like, you know, guys get behind their ethnicity. And the Polish fans with Adam Kaunaki, I remember when we were discussing the fight, when Coach Dave was saying it was a possibility, we all jumped on it. We thought we were going to beat Adam Kaunaki, but the thing is, you know, from fighting, sometimes the fans could build you up, and that was the one X factor.
He was a big Giuseppe was a big underdog. Like, I looked at the odds before, just out of curiosity. I think he was a plus 700.
Listen, we were not supposed. Giuseppe, our team, we were supposed to get run out of the Garden.
Yeah.
But we all knew we were going to win this fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
Giuseppe's a beast, and I think that probably was one of the things that was like a reality check for the boxing world, because like, this kid trains harder than anybody. He's strong. Like he's a beast.
It all comes down to the pride factor in that Giuseppe is one of us now. He's here in Danbury, Scrap City. We're the underdogs. We are underdogs in this boxing world. We're creating a culture here, and we all went deep, but we were outnumbered by the Polish fans by like 1,000,000-1.
Oh, yeah.
And we sat together, we watched, and Giuseppe just beat Adam from corner to corner. No knock on Adam. I like Adam. I've met him a few times. Great guy. But Giuseppe beat him from post to post. Yeah. And you remember how silent it got after the second round?
Yeah. Well, he almost knocked him out right away, right off the hop.
I mean, it was like a soccer match at the first round. The Polish fans are chanting. It was a great fight. Yeah. Adam's tough as nails, but Giuseppe just started putting it on him. For me, that was the moment of the year for us as a team, because it kind of was like the stamp, like, hey, we're here.
Certified.
You know what? Danbury, we got hockey on lock, and we're starting slowly but surely to get the combat sports on lock. So that to me was the moment. I mean, I didn't sleep for 2 days after that fight.
I think Danbury's pretty much got the combat sports on lock at this point.
Yeah,
we got two UFC champions.
We're
boxing.
doing it,
we
man.
We got a couple heavyweights on the come up, cruiserweight on the come up.
Listen, we don't build business in Danbury. We build cultures, and I'm telling you, look out for Giuseppe in 2024. And listen, as we're winding down, I mean, this is also a plural answer. What or who to watch for in 2024? Again, piggybacking off one of your answers earlier, a player that was, solidified now in Danbury hockey history.
Marchie.
Michael
Marchison. This kid, he scored our game winner last year. As soon as we brought up this topic and this being a category, I didn't even hesitate. It was Michael Marchison, young kid, and he scored our game winner in the finals. He was a huge player for us last year, but I said it all year last year, and I'll say it again. This kid has a serious chance at moving up, and he went straight from the Federal League to the coast. I'm not even sure he should have been in the Federal League last year. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did in our league, not getting a call up, but he's in the coast now. He's doing well in the coast. He's big. I think he's 6'6", strong,
big boy.
Good, strong player. He's got skill.
Can skate.
And he fights too. He's beat a couple guys up this year. I said it to him before, not that I'm not sure if he wants this role or not, but I said if you can hang in there with some of the tougher guys in the NHL, you'll go to the NHL. And I still believe that. I still believe in you, Marchie. Shout out, kid.
Yeah, he's part of Danbury hockey history. Yeah. He solidified the Commissioner's Cup, and so he's enshrined there.
Yeah.
What to watch for? Our friend. Well, he's my friend. I'm going to consider him my friend. He's becoming a polarizing figure in minor league hockey. Travis Rigden.
Travis Rigden is definitely a polarizing figure.
He is
Wait, what is this for again?
This is who or what to watch out for in 2020.
Who to watch,
and where is Travis Rigden going to end up in 2024?
I think he's going to be podcasting full time.
Listen, I'm all for polarizing people.
He's polarizing for sure.
I got a lot of stuff last week from people with my support for Draymond Green. It's amazing. It was like I was supporting, Hannibal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like guys who are polarizing. Travis Rigden, whether you like him, whether you don't, he's got a successful podcast. He's played a few years, obviously. I'm interested in him. Now that I'm back kind of quasi-involved with hockey, and he's a guy that, I'm sorry, I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen for him in 2024.
Where's he going? What's he doing?
Travis, if you're listening,
senior hockey,
you're
maybe?
a friend of mine. I like Travis. I like Travis because he's different, and I consider myself different. You're different. We're all different.
Yeah.
Travis Rigden's an interesting character.
He's a different cat.
He fits right in with me. 90% of people in my life are different cats. I don't know what it's a great. But
Travis for Oilers. What are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm interested to see where he's going. He's got my... See, that's
what
the thing.
Do?
Dude, I'm very busy. You're very busy. But if someone could get my attention, I'm just interested in where he's going to go. I'm interested in this kid.
I get a lot of hate in my comments. He gets more.
And I didn't know that until you told me, and I started looking.
Some haters. Actually, the first time he posted, I don't know. It's funny though. He posted. He's smart, man. He does the social media thing, and he says stuff that people get pissed about, and then they make a click. He said that. What did he say? He said something that was actually kind of funny. He said that he would be the best goalie in the league in that PWHL in the women's league, which he definitely wouldn't. But obviously people are going to lose their shit when they hear that. I would definitely take multiple goalies in that league on my team before Travis. But at the same time, hilarious comment. Dude, people are going to get pissed off about it.
Listen, I like a guy that knows what he's doing. He's very, I'm very strategic.
Calculated.
I'm strategic. Something about Travis Rigden, Trav for Oilers, right? That's his. We're going to put up a link. Make sure you're following Trav for Oilers, man.
People, the old teammates, I'll have people all over messaging me. Why the fuck you talk about that guy? Fuck Trav for Oilers.
Listen, again, what makes me tick isn't the best player, isn't the best fighter. There's just some guys that get my interest. So I'm interested.
I want him to sign with another team so I can fight him. I haven't been able to play a game against him, but unfortunately.
Why can't we
We were hoping he was going to play for Watertown so I could run him, but
why can't... I'm trying to figure out why people comment. Why do we not like Trav? I like him. Why? Why don't we like him?
I don't know.
If there's a reason, I'll say it to his face. Hey, I don't like you anymore, Travis. But why do we not like Travis?
Everybody tell us in our comment section.
Tell us why Travis Rigden is. I like him.
Yeah.
And I want a guy like that part of a squad because he's going to bring eyeballs. Is that what it's about ultimately?
I mean, that's what this is about for sure.
Travis, I'm interested to see where you're going to go. I like Travis. I want to know why people dislike you.
Back to Europe, maybe?
Hey, listen. I like him. I can't help it. You could call me weird. People are giving me a lot. Hit the comments.
I want everybody, instead of DMing me, why the fuck do you talk about that guy?
Yeah, just comment. Put yourself out there in the public.
Yeah. Share it. Put whatever. Post it. Talk about it. Tell us why. What's your beef?
So last week I'm supporting Draymond Green. I got a lot of beef, and now Travis Rigden. I'm with you, Trav. Fast, screw it. Who cares? Next, what to look out for. Major League Hockey fights.
Yeah, well, that's a no-brainer.
We talked
Major League
about
Hockey
that.
Fights. We're coming for 2024.
We are coming.
We might have our highlight fight. Might even be.
Oh, you see, it's stuck in your head now,
dude. I'm still thinking about it.
Listen. Let me tell you.
Can I fight if in Major League Hockey fights? Is that conflict
We'd
of
have
interest?
to figure it out.
Maybe
we'd
it's like
have
a
to figure it out.
fight or like some sort
and
of
you got to remember when it comes to that, I gotta be down the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see. Maybe we'll have maybe Simon Levy could be like a commissioner and he could deal with you.
Yeah. There we go.
Major League Hockey fights. If you guys don't know, our next prize fighting on ice promotion is gonna be fun. Give us a little time. Be a little patient. It's gonna be worth the wait. And 2 more. All right. Again, going back to our home team here. What I'm looking forward to next fall are people in Gibsons, the Coastal Tsunami.
You know what's so funny? As you said that, I was just thinking of people to look out for. Yeah. The
Brad
Coastal Tsunami.
Wingfield, our boy.
GM of 2024, possibly.
The Gibsons, right? BC?
Yeah, Gibsons, yeah.
Coastal Tsunami, we're going to be out there. That's our team.
Can't wait.
And what's that league? The
PJHL.
PJHL?
That's the league I played in. Yeah.
PJHL, Coastal Tsunami, Brad Wingfield. He sent us some hats and shirts.
I know, yeah.
I should have wore the hat today.
Yeah.
Didn't think of it.
Wait, next episode.
It doesn't go with the sweatshirt, but I got you, Winger. And listen, a lot of people were asking me, because I'm technically more involved with boxing right now than hockey. AJ, who do you want to look out for in Connecticut boxing in 2024? Now, as you know, there's a lot of people we could talk about from our gym, from our camp, from Scrap City. But I feel like if I do that, people are going to call me biased, this and that. So I'm going to disqualify any one part of our camp. Any one part of Scrap City is not part of this answer. But there's a kid, okay, he's a middleweight. Cordell the Truth Booker. This kid's from Stamford,
I feel
Connecticut.
like I've seen him on social media maybe or something.
Dude, he's a dog. He's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
He's got, like baseball, there's 5 tool players, right?
Yeah.
To me, Cordell Booker has all the tools. He's promoted by the great Jimmy Birchfield, CES. He's managed by our boy, Paul Garino. Cordell Booker is a guy that can make, and he's from Connecticut, but he can make like an impact in the world of boxing, like worldwide, just like Jeppi did. I'm saying watch out for Cordell Booker in 2024 from Connecticut. A lot of people are asking us to talk more combat sports as we go, and we will, because obviously that's, kind of becoming a quasi-expertise for me. Not that I'm an expert, but Cordell Booker's a guy to watch for from Connecticut 2024, and that wraps up the Trashies. And listen, do you have any hold on. Do you have any New Year's? Do you have any New Year's resolutions for 2024?
Just be better. That's about it.
Not be a bad boy all the time?
Just be better.
Hold on, let me put the glasses on. You have to do it, man.
You gotta tuck them into the...
I got a beanie on, too. It's a little weird. How's I look? You look good, man. You pull off anything. How I look?
Good, yeah. It actually matches the sweater.
Nice.
And the toque. It's a toque, by the way. In case you're wondering. Toque.
What's a toque?
A toque. It's what you're wearing.
The shirt? A toque?
No, your hat.
It's not a... Folks, is this a toque? Or is this another Canadian-U.S. thing?
It's a toque,
Toque?
Yeah. It's a toque.
All right, it's a beanie, but fine. We'll get into that. We'll get into that again.
Just ask Wes. He'll tell you.
Toque. I'll toque you. Well, he's going to be, if he stays around America more, it's going to be a beanie. I'm telling you that much.
Way.
But anyway, resolutions. Listen, man, I got so many goals. I know we have a lot of goals together, goals individually, and I'm really excited. I mean, this is episode 8. We're just getting started. What do you fans comment? What do you want to see for 2024? I mean, we're going to start bringing the guests in. We already talked about some big names.
Can't wait. Yeah, we got some huge
We got
guests
some
in the
fun
works.
stuff coming. Yeah. We really appreciate the support we've gotten. I have a really good feeling about this podcast. I really do. So many people talking about how authentic it is. And like I said, like everything you see, podcasts, clips, it's all fake.
Yeah.
This is literally like talking to you and me off the camera.
Everybody's just saying things for clicks and like we're not about that.
So I'm really excited. My resolution, keep building Scrap City, Danbury, our camp. I'm excited, man. Just like I said, we got a big year ahead. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm just for myself. I just want to dial it in, hit that next level again. It's been a amazing 2023 for myself and my family and where we've come. So just want to continue on and continue moving and, continue building what we got going on with me and you and everything. So.
Listen, guys, we wish you guys a happy new year. 2024 is going to be a big one for all of us. Listen, again, like, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Guys, it helps us. I know a lot of people in my world just watch. Yeah. Just hit the subscribe button.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Okay, we don't have 100,000 yet. We're going to get there. I see our boy Ian Bick locked in with Ian Bick. He's got that 100,000 subscriber plaque.
Gold thing. Oh, yeah, it looks good.
I got to get that. We got to get that.
We need one of those on our wall.
He motivates me. Ian Bick. Shout out to Ian Bick.
Yeah,
and
let's go.
Listen, like, subscribe. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys in 2024.